Good evening. My name is Linda Hall. I will be submitting an acting audition where I'll be portraying the role of Vivian Carter Mason, Norfolk civil rights activist. Good evening. Yes, I'm Vivian Carter Mason. Many of you may view me as Norfolk's version of an impassioned civil rights worker. I was dogged in my pursuit of equity, especially when my very own people had been historically disadvantaged. In 1945, I began that pursuit in Norfolk. I became co-founder of the Women's Council for Racial Cooperation. 9 years later, when the U.S. Supreme Court announced its landmark 1954 Brown versus the Board of Education decision mandating integration of America's public schools, things began to get very challenging for Norfolk. Elated, many Black folks started trying to enroll their children in white schools. At one point, 300 school-age Black children were trying to enroll, but they would have to face the unfair scrutiny of the Norfolk public school system at that time. Eventually, using unfair, prejudicial practices, that number dwindled to 17 Black youths, young people who came to be known as the Norfolk 17. But when this anxious, excited group of young people appeared on the steps of Norview High School in September 1958, they were not allowed to enter. This was an act as a result of an actual law passed by the Virginia General Assembly, eventually recognized as the Massive Resistance Movement. The result was that Norfolk's white public high schools were closed for 6 months, one full semester, rather than allowing Black students. During this time, I joined with other local Black folks in starting a makeshift school at the First Baptist Church. But by the winter semester of 1959, the massive resistance succumbed to much scrutiny and pressure, especially from local businessmen. I was proud and honored indeed to escort Miss Betty Jean Reed into the doors at Granby High School. Later, I was assigned and appointed as Norfolk's first African-American school board member. Thank you for your consideration.